So this morning, Matt left for his first day of work since March 18th, and it's August 19th today. So then I dropped Uma off at my sister's for her first day of being babysat since March also. So it's definitely an emotional day. It's always like a big emotional day on the first day of school when we have to shift our routines, but especially with quarantine and COVID canceling the last half of last school year, we've had such a big chunk of time that I'm so grateful for, because we were able to move through some big things. We were going on a walk every single day, just talking about our dreams and what we were calling in, and I know that we have such a good momentum in the direction that we want to go. Obviously, you guys know everything that we have planned now, but just like when I returned to work in June, it took a little bit of shifting to a new routine. I know that we will find our flow as Matt goes back into the school year, but it definitely just feels weird to all be separated right now. And, yeah, I guess right now, I've been really just visualizing everything I'm excited for, but definitely honoring that it's challenging to be separated, and that I know that we're going in the right direction, and I know how I want life to feel, and that there will be so many lessons that come from this time. But yeah, it's definitely hard, and it definitely makes me feel sad because I miss Matt already, and I miss Uma, and right now we would be on our morning walk or making breakfast together or listening to music. And I know that my sister takes such good care of Uma, and it's not about that. It's just about this time together was exactly how I want life to feel all of the time. And I'm so happy we have clarity on the direction we want our life to go now. And like I said, I just know that there will be a lot of joy in this chapter. We'll be staying with people we love, and we'll be growing in relationships and bonding in new ways with friends and family. So trying to see the beauty of all of that and the excitement and how much we'll be growing this year as we sell our house and get rid of our things. But yeah, I need to get into work now, and just wanted to update you guys on how I'm feeling as we embark on this next chapter of our story.
Hello everyone. Wish me luck speaking to the camera right now, because for some reason it's so much easier when Elliot's right next to me and we can kind of riff off of each other. And also the problem is, I think it's because I can see myself on my laptop, and I don't like that. It makes me self-conscious. Okay, there, got rid of that. Sorry for the poor quality too. I'm using my laptop because I didn't bring the camera. I didn't really think today would be an exciting day, but I realized that, as a teacher, this is such a new experience. Elliot knows this, but I think I've been really nervous, like many teachers, going into this school year. Part of it is just a lack of awareness of what's going to happen. The unknown is scary. All of us teachers, I think, probably feel like first-year teachers. I also think my fear is just the health for myself, my family, the kids, everyone. So, it just feels so unknown and so scary, but my body will react in really strange ways. And so a few weeks ago I had I got really sick, and I had this intense rash that was really itchy, and I've had a lot of inflammation, a lot of acid reflux. I pretend that I'm just relaxed and cool and calm about this year, because what else can you do but just try and stay positive, but physically I'm definitely reacting in a way that shows me, okay, you're nervous about this year, and it's important to just sit with that and acknowledge it and give grace to yourself for feeling scared. But already just being here right now, I'm just in my office getting started on the first day, but seeing a few people, there's something kind of uplifting and energetic about it. It's the scariest part of any event is that flinch before the punch, right? It's the anticipation that gets us so anxious. So just being here, it's ripped off the Band-Aid. Okay, step one, we've gotten started. And in some ways, I'm kind of excited. I know there are going to be bumps and it's going to be complicated, but but I feel good with what they're doing to prepare us. So I came in to my classroom, and I have what's called a Meeting Owl Pro. I have no idea what it is, but it looks fancy. And so I'm assuming that's so that we can actually be filming our instruction. We can be, give students like what feels like a proper and lively experience. So my goal is to provide a space where kids can have fun, where kids can feel free, where kids can explore and be curious. The main reason I chose to be in theater, to get my master's in theater education and move into this area is I feel like it's the one space it's one of the few spaces in education where play is protected, where it's okay for us to be goofy, it's okay for us to be weird, it's okay to move around and make funny sounds and for kids to be silly. And I feel like so much of that has been taken out of education, and it's so important, for learning. Kids learn so much more when they feel like they're the ones in charge and they're the ones dictating, and it comes from a place of true intrinsic curiosity and play. And so I think that is going to be my responsibility now more than ever, because this is going to be a really heavy year for kids. So how can I stay as light as possible and create an environment, despite the hurdles, where kids can, be themselves and really feel at home and feel safe and feel like inspired. This is a good physical representation of how everyone's feeling right now at the moment before the school year's even started. Okay, day one is done. I didn't even have kids today. It was just teachers, and I am exhausted. I can feel my body like really tense and kind of worked up, and then it's just like such an immediate shift. This happens every year for me, like going from summer to regular school year, but let alone now entering the school year in the midst of a pandemic. Just the conversations and problem solving and just basic simple interactions with humans is so much more exhausting when you have been isolated with just your family for the most part for 6 months. So that has been an interesting thing. I wanted to do, ooh, okay. It is so difficult to have a conversation with the camera without Elliot, oh my God. So what I was trying to say there is, let us know if you appreciate or don't appreciate these videos that are a little bit more raw and are just giving you basic updates on our life. It's kind of fun for me, it's cathartic, it's meaningful, but it probably isn't as visually appealing. So if you care and you're engaged and you've been liking our videos so far, this is still very new to us. And any like honest, constructive criticism is really great. Anyway, I am home. I'm done with my first day. I dropped my stuff off really quickly, and I'm gonna grab the stroller and I'm gonna go pick up Uma from Elliot's sister's house and go for a walk and probably talk to the camera. Two things. One, I love that little sign that I just saw because we live in Nebraska. It's a pretty conservative state, and it's just always refreshing to see when people do things like that and see some representation that makes you feel good. The second thing, I always wonder if people think I'm kind of like questionable because I'm just this dude that's pushing a stroller with no baby in it. And I just waved at someone and he didn't wave back, so. Hi, Easton! What are you, a ninja? Hi! You being shy because I have the camera on? How's it going? Is that Uma right there? How did the first day go? Was it okay with Uma being over again? Yeah, you think so? What is she doing? Is she being goofy? You're such a good cousin. Pretty cool. Okay, I know that was very creepy of me just to film. Ellie and I see this group of men, there's like 6 of them, and they're older dudes, and they talk loudly, and they just seem so jolly and happy. And there's something about seeing men be like affectionate and caring with each other that like always melts my heart and makes me feel so happy. How much meat do you eat? Just talking, we want to make this very brief so we can go to bed and spend some time together, but we just want to do a little recap on what today meant and what brings us a little bit of sadness, but then also at the same time what brings us a little bit of hope. I think we always struggle a little bit with that transition because when I go back to school I get really caught up in whatever it is that's in front of me, and I've always said that if you're an empath and you're in education, it will take everything from you if you allow it. And I think in the past you've been scared when I go back because it means sometimes distraction on my end or lack of attention on you and our family. And I think that's the reason why we were so motivated to sell the house and get everything into motion, because it makes something permanent and it holds us accountable to this dream that we feel and this connection that we have, and gives us a little bit of an anchor to that dream, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we definitely wanted to like set into motion these dreams, because I do think, like you said, it can be easy to get caught up in what's right in front of you. And I know, like you were telling me earlier, that just being back in the classroom, it made you kind of reconnect to those feelings and those passions and pursuits, and that I think it's really great that we're creating some momentum in the direction we want to head, because this year will definitely be a challenge to balance it all.
Yeah, being in the classroom
having those voices and those visions and those ideas and those passions. It's always sad to sometimes let some of that go because you almost feel like it's a betrayal to your old self. It's a betrayal to this dream that you had. But all in all, I feel really grateful for Elliot. And, you know, I think so much in our lives I've made the big decisions, and I'm finally in a place where I really trust you more than ever, and I trust that you have visionary ideas and that I can really kind of just follow your lead. And it feels like this huge fresh breath of air and relief that I'm like, I can let go of the control, and I trust you fully, and I'm excited to see where you take us.
And I'm just really excited to be like fully collaborating again on like a project and to be doing these things together too. And I just know, that it's going to be exhausting and hard, and there's going to be a lot of excitement this year, but there's going to be a lot of it that feels like mundane and like tiresome, and that, like I said earlier today in my video, that it's all going to be like such a great teacher, and that when we get to where we're headed, all of this will be such a great part of the process. But first day blues and feeling like I know we'll find our routine, but just tired
and sad.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple comments where people ask why we're not physically affectionate with each other.
I also realize like when you are complimentary to me in the video, I always feel like I just am like but I'm like, I don't know, I don't. It feels like I don't be like, thank you.
Thank you, flower. I was saying that people have commented on like my lack of affection or our lack of affection, and I don't know if it's like not anything to think about, or if it's internalized homophobia, or if it's like polite Midwest manners, but in response to that,
love you too.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Please subscribe.
And definitely for real though, hit the like button. It helps us a lot.